fear Rodriguez's punching power. Rodriguez is the European heavyweight champion. He's defended that title successfully 4 times, including a shutout decision over Alfredo Evangelista last June. And as mentioned earlier, Evangelista, a man who had knocked out Rodriguez in 3 previous bouts, which considerably dents the credibility of Rodriguez. Larry Holmes, who turned pro back in 1973, came on slowly, first working as a sparring partner for Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, and just beginning to get the respect that he had been looking for. Always piles up points with the jab, but can be and has been nailed by Ronaldo Snipes, by Ernie Shavers, by Mike Weaver. Larry Holmes and Lucien Rodriguez coming up right after we pause. In Scranton, Larry Holmes and Lucien Rodriguez are getting set. Some boxing people feel that Holmes did not properly train for this fight because he did not fear Rodriguez and because of his involvement in the promotion of today's bout. There's a question about Holmes' concentration. Also, Ferdy, and that Holmes accepted this fight on such short notice. You wonder, how sharp will he be?
Well, the short notice is the most important of all because it throws your whole timing off. He took this fight 2 weeks before he wanted it. Actually, it's the only time it could go on, and he accepted it as such, but that cuts 2 weeks off your training. So he's heavier than he wants to be. He's not quite at the peak he wants to be, although I think he's getting to the edge. He just leaned over and said to us, "Don't you guys know what time it is?"
Well, we said the bout would get underway at 4:28. We're just about there. Let's go to the ring. Here's Ed Darian.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sports Star Incorporated, in association with the Chick Pellman Foundation, proudly present the World Boxing Council Heavyweight Championship bout, which is scheduled for 12 rounds. Is approved and sanctioned by both the World Boxing Council, Jose Sullivan, the chairman, Ariosto Manrique, the supervisor in charge. Also approved and sanctioned by the Pennsylvania State Athletic Commission, the Honorable James J. Finch, Chairman, and the Honorable Charles Chuck McNary, Commissioner. The judges for this afternoon, for Benton of Mexico, Abraham Chavarria of Mexico, and Dr. Marcelo Garcia of Mexico. The timekeeper in the bell is Bill Reese, counting for the knockdown seconds, Kid Revin Snyder. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of this title bout for the women's score, a native of Philippines, and now he's running into the same spot, referee Carlos Padilla. Now, boxing fans, introduce the principals. First, in the blue corner, wearing blue trunks with white trim, he weighed in at even 209 pounds. This gentleman has a record of 35 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw, with 17 knockouts. He is the European heavyweight champion, is ranked 9th by the World Boxing Council. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the challenger, all the way from Paris, France, Lucien Rodriguez.
Nice reaction here in Scranton for Rodriguez. capacity crowd of 7,000 here in Scranton reacting to the champion, Larry Holmes, who made his professional debut in Scranton March 21st, 1973, by winning a 4-round decision over Rodell Dupree.
Don't throw any punches during the break.
Ne frappez pas quand il appelle le break.
Okay,
Referee Carlos Padilla with the instructions. Scoring on the 10-point must system, handled by the 3 judges. And in WBC title fights, the referee does have the option of using a standing 8, 3 knockdown rule wave. Bell will not save the fighter except the final round. In accordance with the WBC rules, this championship bout is scheduled for 12 rounds, in contrast to the previous rules calling for 15 rounds for a title fight. So we're underway.
Holmes has come out in fast fashion, met him all the way across the ring. He looks a little bulgy in the midsection, but not much, considering that's an extra 10 pounds that he's not used to carrying.
Larry Holmes weighed in at 221. Claims he's not fat, not flabby, but a decisive weight advantage over the challenger Rodriguez at 209, who is a small heavyweight.
That was 221 yesterday when they weighed in. In the meantime, he's had a couple of meals, and I'm sure he's up to 225, 226 right now.
We are live on NBC's Sports World. Holmes beginning with that left jab.
Holmes is certainly not playing around. He's looking to end this as fast as he can. Holmes using one of the best jabs in the heavyweight division right now. He used it to control Cooney. He's used it to control everyone else. And what it does, even if it doesn't set up the right hand, it keeps Rodriguez at bay, so far away that he can't land with his shots, as he did just then.
Halfway through this opening round, Larry Holmes coming off that one-sided 15-round decision over Tex Cobb last November. And the fear of many is that today will also be a bell-to-bell paint job by Holmes or a quick ending.
One never knows in boxing. So far, the jab has controlled this round completely. The efforts that Lucien has made to get in haven't even come close. Such is the difference in size, and such is the difference in that jab and the capacity of Larry Holmes. Larry just doesn't let him even get close. As he tries to hook, he picks it off in midair. Lucien's going to have to start thinking about going to the body with jabs, getting down lower.
So a filling out opening round. It's been the jab of Larry Holmes. Lucien Rodriguez not able to make the move in this opening round. Rodriguez getting set for round 2. Rodriguez began boxing at the age of 19, became the world military champion, turned pro in 1973. 77 won the French heavyweight title. Also won the European championship that year, defeating Jean-Pierre Koopman. His father is Spanish, mother Italian, from a family of 3 sisters, 4 brothers. Brothers all fought as amateurs, as did his father, who operates a gymnasium in Paris, France. The jab of Larry Holmes continues to keep Rodriguez away.
And setting up that right hand just at the end of round 1. He was trying to land the right hand just as the bell ended. He just picked up that idea and landed it at the beginning of round 2. It was a solid right hand, but Lucien took it well.
Oh, right hand by Holmes. That stung Rodriguez.
Rodriguez is going to have to give him a lot more movement to get away from that right hand, or he's going to get leveled by it. He's got to go side to side. Eddie Futch in the corner, warning the champion, watch his left hook because he follows it with a right. He just did it just then. Lucien Rodriguez trying to get those hooks in. The hooks will not come into Larry Holmes as long as he's got that big long reach out there.
Halfway through the second round, we're scheduled for 12. The size of the ring was a question. First, it was a small 18-foot ring, but both camps asked for the larger ring, and the city of Scranton came through with the 22-foot ring. So this might give Rodriguez a little more room to run for some additional rounds.
Well, he's not running much. He's right now chasing Larry Holmes, which is an oddity, and he's not giving him much movement side to side. He's standing in front of Larry Holmes. He's just looking to put the right hand in. You can see it in his eye.
Uppercut by Holmes did some damage after the straight right hand.
There have been some great left jabbers in the heavyweight division. Right now, they're just starting to evaluate this superb left jab of Larry Holmes and put it in the category of Joe Louis, Sonny Liston, and whether you believe it or not, Muhammad Ali, who could drive you crazy with a left jab.
Oh, good right hand by Holmes, countering the Rodriguez attempt. And we're final seconds, round two, another right by Holmes. So Holmes beginning to make contact on Lucien Rodriguez. We'll be back with round three in a moment.
A little shorter. And then use the right hand behind the jab. That'll be the boss, Big Jack. See your shoot. That'll be the boss. That'll be the boss. So you're going to come with that. You're going to come with that right there.
Being told, take charge, be the boss. This is round three. He has been the boss over the first two.
I don't think he can be much more of a boss than he was over those first two. They want him to shorten the jab so that he can get in with the right hand, doesn't have to reach with it. I thought he was just starting to get Rodriguez in trouble at the end of that last round with a very hard right hand. And that jab is such a dominant feature of Larry Holmes.
This is round three. Marv Albert with the fight doctor, Bernie Pacheco. We're live on NBC Sports World. Larry Holmes defending his WBC heavyweight title and has had no difficulty to this point with Lucien Rodriguez, which is not a surprise.
Lucien not giving him enough movement.
Rodriguez stunned by the right hand again.
Well, Holmes eager to treat this hometown crowd to a real exhibition of heavyweight fighting skill, and he's certainly done that over the first two rounds.
It's in the room, Billy.
I hate to sound patriotic or apologize for it, but in this era of struggling cities, it's heartwarming to appreciate Larry Holmes just threatened. Good shot.
The right hand that rocked Lucien Rodriguez, and let's see how he'll react the rest of the way.
Got a long way to go.
Another hard right by Holmes. Over a minute left of this third round.
Holmes sensing it, just looking for that right hand. Got a lightning-like right hand today. Trying to fight back. He has really very light ammunition. He has not been able to land successfully, I don't think, one time on the face of Larry Holmes.
Now Holmes, with no respect for the punching power of Rodriguez, been able to wade in.
I got the feeling he could walk right through it.
Holmes continues to measure with the left hand.
Oh, he's just looking for the right hand to come in. Look at him, just ready to go. He just won't stand still if he ever stops.
So that will do it for round 3. Holmes getting in with a couple of right hands on Rodriguez in the round. Teller getting in with a couple of right hands on Rodriguez in the round. Telling blow of the bout, the right hand by Larry Holmes that hurt Lucien Rodriguez. Back at our studios at 30 Rock in New York, Randy Tex Cobb has predicted that this will be the round. He's seen enough. He says Holmes will put Rodriguez away in this round 4.
Well, he may be right. There's a good right hand. There's another right hand by the champion.
Rodriguez just continues to lunge to try to get in. Not get by the long reach and the height advantage of Larry Holmes.
He has not tried to tie up Larry Holmes as he should when he comes in. He just can't get to him to tie him up. Referee Carlos Padilla having an easy time of it. A lot easier than he had in the Thriller in Manila. Ali Frazier 3. Boxing's version of the World War. Holmes absolutely flat-footed. Just as if he's anchored there, ready to throw his best shot. Waiting for Lucien Rodriguez to stop moving.
Continues to cock the right hand and measure with the left as he snaps the jab and the left hook. Again, the lunge by Rodriguez.
Rodriguez's corner told me if we can get past 4 or 5, he's going to start to wear out with that extra weight. Well, it's hard to get past 4 or 5 when you got this kind of cannonade going up against your head.
Less than a minute left in this 4th round, scheduled for 12. Larry Holmes lives in Easton, Pennsylvania, 80 miles away from Scranton. And there's an illustration of the lunging moves of Rodriguez, who has been making contact with gloves and arms.
That's his only chance to fight back, even though he's just hitting gloves and arms. He just hit Holmes with a right hand that glanced off. As Larry Holmes measures him in that listen-like way.
Oh, combination by Holmes. Well, looks like Tex Cobb's prognostication that Holmes would put Rodriguez down in this 4th round.
Oh, here comes Rodriguez.
We go to round 5. In round 5, let's listen in on the corner of Larry Holmes. You'll hear his trainer, Eddie Futch.
Whenever you heard him, he's going to fight back. He's going to fight back. So be alert. Just stay alert. Slap back in the counter punch. Remember, you the pause out there, champ. You the pause out there. It'll come. It'll come. Sorry, sorry.
Holmes quick to get off the stool as the 5th round got underway. Lucien Rodriguez looking tired. In fact, the bell rang. He was still on the stool.
I think he's getting maximum rest. Wisely so. I would keep him there till the bell rang. Larry's been all steam and thunder first rounds, and now he's starting to slow up a little bit in that he's putting that left hand out in a very lazy way, allowing Rodriguez to mount a charge, which was heretofore unseen. And we saw him fight Dokes. We know there's no end to bravery there. There's certainly a difference in talent.
Minute gone by, 5th round. This is a homecoming for Larry Holmes. He had mentioned many times that he wanted to stage a nostalgic return engagement here in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And This return has been very well received throughout the week.
I think it was a great thing he did, and the city appreciated it a great deal.
Rodriguez's last fight last November, won by 12-round decision in Paris over Domenico Adamolfi. He's won his last 12 since losing to Dose in Miami. Right hand by Holmes did not get the full effect of it, though.
He was trying to get past a double jab. First double jab that Lucien has been able to throw in there. He whipped the right hand over it, but it didn't work.
The left hand did work. Lucien Rodriguez, 31 years old. Born in Casablanca, Morocco, now living in Paris, France.
Larry, at this stage of the career, begins to remind me of Ali at the end of his career, where he could just play with you with his arms. He has such experience, you can't get to him. He ties you up with his arms. It's like an octopus. Wherever you move, there are those big arms to tie you up.
Oh. Larry has his own cheering section. With a flurry at the end of round 5. Listen to the crowd. At the corner of Lucien Rodriguez, who faced a new twist in the Larry Holmes repertoire a moment ago. The roar of Holmes looking to spark himself.
He almost got dropped by that roar. Did you see the look of surprise on his face when he roared? Round 6.
Now the crowd coming to life. Marv Albert with the fight doctor, Bertie Pacheco. We're live in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Now Rodriguez beginning to move more consistently.
He has to move. That's the key to his fight. He has to move. As these rounds go by, Holmes should get tired carrying that extra weight.
Right hand by Holmes, responding to the chant. Both on their toes.
There's a champ bouncing up and down like Ali. Like saying, let's rumble, let's get this thing on.
You get the feeling that he can do whatever he wants.
Rodriguez is standing right in front of him, seeming to just look right in his eyes, saying, don't holler. Let's don't holler again. It has been a boxing exhibition to this point.
I get the feeling unless Rodriguez is able to land a very lucky punch, as Ronaldo Snipes did in his heavyweight bout back in November of '81, putting Holmes down in round 7. Unless there is such an occurrence, Larry Holmes has come back to Scranton and is putting on a boxing clinic before 7,000 fans.
Before we bury Lucien Rodriguez too soon, let us say that a fight goes to the 12th round. Having been in it for 25 years, nothing would amaze me.
But it has been a shutout to this point for Larry Holmes.
Witherspoon, watching this fight, has only seen one thing new in the Larry Holmes repertoire, and that is an ear-splitting yell.
Larry Holmes committed to go against Tim Witherspoon May the 20th in Las Vegas, so Witherspoon's concern is that nothing happens to Holmes.
Lucien not moving all of a sudden, and that's just the most dangerous thing he can do.
Oh, the uppercut putting Rodriguez down. Flash knockdown. Rodriguez all right as time is running out in the 6th round. Uppercut by Holmes. to put Rodriguez down, and that's it, the end of round 6 as we follow Lucien Rodriguez to his corner. A short uppercut by the champion Holmes for the first knockdown of the bout. We'll be back in just a moment. Round 6, short uppercut, perhaps a little push involved also. Let's see, yeah. He was headed down, but Larry helped him.
Well, he lifted him off the canvas with a punch. No question, the punch was very good. He was off balance. Wasn't one of those things where he was in trouble when he got up.
Round 7. Larry Holmes was in the corner area of Lucien Rodriguez just as he was getting up off the stool.
I think this is the round that most boxing experts pick, the 7th.
It has been Holmes throughout. There's the left hook by Rodriguez to the side of the head of Holmes.
First time that it landed flush, didn't bother Larry Holmes at all. If this fight continues as it's been, it is an excellent preparation for Witherspoon on May the 20th. He couldn't get this much training in 3 more additional weeks.
Rodriguez doubling up.
Right after he got hammered by a picture-perfect right hand. Lucien has been eating some stiff jabs, and every once in a while, he digests a nice right hand from Larry Holmes.
Right hand followed by the uppercut.
That's what Larry's got to do, put the punches together. It doesn't seem that one punch is going to do to knock out this tough Lucien Rodriguez, who's really been taking some shots here.
To this point, Lucien Rodriguez has been beaten to the punch, has rarely connected, but has not taken the kind of beating that Tex Cobb did.
It's a different kind of fighter. Tex Cobb's one of those brave guys with an iron chin that just keeps coming in and daring you to hit him, which is his style. It's not Lucien's style.
But can you imagine, here we are, we're measuring the severity of a beating.
Yeah.
Of course, that's what you do in viewing a fighter of the quality of Larry Holmes. Claims there's no one else out there to fight, and that he has fought everyone. Not true, though. He has managed to stay away from the matchup with Michael Dokes, subject you discussed with him earlier. Dokes happens to be under contract to Don King, who has handled Holmes.
I think the only person that can beat him is Father Time.
And that'll wrap it for round 7. To round 8, Scranton, Pennsylvania. Again, Lucien Rodriguez taking his time and coming out of his corner. Larry Holmes is ready. We've had one knockdown, a flash knockdown off the short uppercut back in round 6. It's Larry Holmes throughout. It has been a shutout for Holmes against Lucien Rodriguez. Don King taking it all in at ringside, and it was handled both Larry Holmes and Michael Dokes. King's son Carl, the manager of Dokes, and the question has been raised about the conflict of interest, and that Holmes and Dokes have not been able to come together. Minute gone by in this 8th round. Larry Holmes controlling the action from the start, using the jab, has that right hand cocked throughout. The one knockdown, a quickie in the 6th round. Rodriguez right back to his feet.
Rodriguez stays in his corner right to the bell rings, which is very smart on his part. He's got to conserve the energy. He's got to be moving. He's got to keep this movement going. It's now getting into the 8th round, and it's going to be pretty soon getting into do-or-die time for him. He's going to have to mount his charge.
Strong right hand by Holmes. Phil, has been any solid blow that Rodriguez has landed here?
Not of a telling variety. He has landed solidly a few times, but there were tentative blows. It weren't like everything that he had behind it. I don't think he can afford to put that kind of steam in a punch, because that leaves you very vulnerable. So far, he's been fighting a defensive fight. He's been fighting a survival fight. Waiting for Holmes to fade. Holmes so far has not faded. He is slowing down considerably, but not fading.
Approach 15 seconds left of this 8th round. Holmes continues to land with the right hand. So another round for Larry Holmes. We'll be back here in Scranton right after we pause for these words. And we approach 15 seconds left of this 8th round. Holmes continues to land with the right hand. So another round for Larry Holmes. We'll be back here in Scranton right after we pause for these words. Back in round 8, another dominating round for Larry Holmes. And Holmes able to brush Rodriguez up against the ropes and opens up with the jab here in the 9th round. It's scheduled for 12. This in accordance with WBC rules. Championship bouts now at 12 rounds, in contrast to the previous rules calling for 15 for a title bout.
I think that's pretty good for Larry Holmes in this fight, which is charitably to be called a tune-up fight for the 20th, and maybe that's a tune-up fight for the real fight, Greg Page.
Pinklon Thomas, who comes off a victory yesterday over Alfonso Ratliff, is seen on NBC, also would like a shot at Larry Holmes. Tim Witherspoon is next.
I think Alfonso Ratliff was fair opposition for Pinklon. Pinklon had to struggle to hold 10, so I think Pinklon's about a year away from this kind of competition. Pinklon does have a devastating punch, however. The thing that's impressed me about Larry Holmes, he's not lost his patience. He's kept coming behind that jab. But
down right hand. That's the biggest blow of the bout, but Rodriguez able to hang in.
When they get to the point where he has to pull the trigger, he is awesome in his speed. He's really measuring him, trying to cut the ring off, trying to cut the ring. The right hand is just waiting to unload.
Holmes in pursuit. The crowd is sensing it.
Lucien must fight back some. He just can't let it go like this, because he will be counting the stars in a few moments if he doesn't fight back some.
Holmes just missing to the top of the head of Rodriguez.
He's trying too hard now. He's pressing too hard now. He's got to go back to being loose and relaxed.
Less than a minute left in this 9th round. We've had one knockdown back in the 6th. Holmes with a short uppercut, putting Rodriguez to the canvas. And he almost put him down a moment ago with a right hand. Now back to the jab. Oh, the right hand by Rodriguez getting in.
He's got that sneaky right hand. Remarkably little damage to Lucien's face from all this battering.
Looks like a scrape under the eye, under the left eye of Rodriguez. right, here is that powerful right hand that Holmes landed on Rodriguez in the 9th round. This is round 10. Larry Holmes defending his WBC heavyweight championship for the 14th time. He won the title back in June of '78, 15-round decision over Ken Norton.
Rodriguez showing us what he showed 3 years ago against Stokes. He's hard to hit, and when he does get hit, he responds well.
All right, little pause by Holmes. He's talking to one of the judges.
Well, he wasn't a sparring partner for Ali for nothing for all these years. Not only did he pick up the jab, but he picked up Ali's ability to talk to the crowd. A not wonderful trait in boxing.
Larry Holmes embarrassing Lucien Rodriguez, obviously not taking him seriously, although Rodriguez did get, as you labeled it, the sneaky right hand in the last round. And there is a straight under the left eye of Rodriguez.
Considering all the punishment he's been taking, that's a very light price to pay for getting bombed like he's been getting bombed. But he's keeping up his motion. I'm not an apologist for this, but when I can see a boxer move and still move at the 10th round while Holmes has been trying so desperately to knock him out for the last 4 or 5 rounds, I've got to say that at least he came to fight.
And we're less than a minute remaining in this 10th round. It has been a workout for Larry Holmes. That's been it. Has not been tested. Combination by Holmes. He did put Rodriguez down briefly in the 6th round.
I'm beginning to wonder if Larry Holmes has lost some of that punch, or is it just that Rodriguez is so iron tough? I mean, he's been getting hit some right hands that should have put him out. Should have put him into one of those coal mines that they have deserted around here. Here comes the right hand of Holmes.
Holmes countering with that right.
Right on the button.
So the Larry Holmes blanking of Lucien Rodriguez continues.
And here we see that replay of the Muhammad Ali move. Talking, jeering, and really not respecting his opponent.
Round 11. Lucien Rodriguez and Larry Holmes. It has been Larry Holmes in a thrashing of Rodriguez. As we mentioned earlier, unfortunate that here we are comparing the severity of the blows taken by Lucien Rodriguez and a Randy Tex Cobb at Holmes' last bout. But Rodriguez has not taken the kind of pounding that Cobb did last time out. Now that may be to the fact that Holmes is not in the kind of shape that he was when he went up against Cobb.
Neither quantitatively nor qualitatively. Not as many punches, not as hard a punches. And that's due to the fact that Lucien has moved, whereas Randy is right in front of you, just showing you a lot of heart and a lot of courage, and his face.
Well, there's an unusual punch attempted by Rodriguez as he went stumbling to the ropes. It's kind of a chopping left hand.
Just anything to keep Larry Holmes off. Well, I think we're seeing Rocky 1 here. All he wants to do is go to 12. If he can go 12 rounds with Larry Holmes, he may be welcomed back in France as a hero.
Lucien Rodriguez, the European heavyweight champion. He's defended that title successfully 4 times. Here in the States, they don't necessarily buy the credibility of the European heavyweight championship.
Well,
get on the billboards.
They have not had a great record in the United States when they come to fight your American champions, except, of course, Ingeborg Johansson, who brought with him an unpleasant surprise. There are scattered boos in the back now, as these tough Scranton fans want to see a knockout. They want to see their hero come on.
Larry Holmes did predict that he would knock out Rodriguez, which is not exactly going out on a limb, but he did say it would not go the distance. Non-action, round 11. At the bell, we will stay between rounds, listening in on the corner of Larry Holmes. You hear the reaction from the crowd. They want more action.
You got to keep moving those jabs up and down, up and down. Working the body. Every opportunity you get, Larry, they keep working the body, and eventually their hands will come down.
Last round. Don't put too much. Okay. He's running.
Yeah, I can't read them all.
Yeah. It's all right.
We got you here, Jeff. We got you here. We got you here.
I'm way ahead, eh?
Yeah, you're way ahead.
What you got?
Give me a shot in my mouth so I can get at this moment.
We got you here, Jeff.
Bertie, can you believe that Larry Holmes asked that question? He said, "I'm way ahead, aren't I?"
Yeah, well, you never know.
Not in Scranton.
In boxing, you never know.
Or anywhere with the overwhelming lead that Holmes has on Rodriguez. Rodriguez has hardly landed a punch. And I would think that Holmes would try to accelerate the action.
Well, Holmes said he's running. I can't hit him. He's running. And he blew that last round. He didn't blow it in the score. It was an even round. Here he comes.
Well, he'd like to end with the knockout as Rodriguez continues to travel.
And I got to think there's a fair number of people in Scranton here who would like to see the bell ring for number 12. Because Lucien has been here, he's fought, he's run, but he's there with a world heavyweight champion. And such a meritorious thing to go back to France with.
And we are 1 minute in. 12th and final round. Larry Holmes did put Lucien Rodriguez down briefly in the 6th. Caught him with a short uppercut. Holmes has been scoring with the jab, with the right hand.
He's in a little bit of trouble now. He just got hit with a really hard right hand. He's in a little bit of trouble now. He must keep running.
And Holmes looking for the knockout.
Holmes putting in a thunderous body attack that he should have done at the beginning.
Crowd urging Holmes on as we approach a minute left in the bout. At times I get the feeling that I'm watching a bullfight. The crowd thirsting for a knockout.
Well, it's not Apollo Creed in there, but he's sure given this French Rocky Balboa a pasting in this last round.
Combination by Holmes, running out of time in terms of a knockout. Lucien Rodriguez will be delighted to say that he has lasted for 12. Down to 20 seconds left. Inside 15. So this will go the distance. Fourth and final round. Larry Holmes successfully defending his WBC heavyweight title back here in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Count not please. They wanted a knockout. Lucien Rodriguez congratulating Holmes on his corner. We'll be back with the decision. We'll also be talking with Larry Holmes. But first, let's pause for these messages. Getting set for the decision, the scoring on the 10-point must, handled by the 3 judges. Cards being collected by the ring announcer Ed Darian. And we're set. Let's go to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision, and the scoring as follows. Judge Abraham Chavarria of Mexico scores it 120-108. Dr. Arsenio Garcia, also from Mexico, scores it 120-109. And Judge Omar Mintan of Mexico scores it 120-109 for the winner and still the World Boxing Council heavyweight champion, Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes in a shutout of Lucien Rodriguez. In effect, for Larry Holmes, a sparring session before a sellout crowd here in